Merry Christmas!
Hey guys, it's Ken. We're back again. And to be honest with you, we're really not here with you right now. It's Christmas morning. It's a really, really important time just to do some thinking and spend time with people you love. And we wanted to put this little video together just to motivate you a little bit and give you some practical thoughts on how you can make the most out of 2025. And let's just jump right into it right now, guys. Let me get rid of this wreath though. It's killing me. When you guys think about the year that was, it was crazy. I mean, it was just it was messy this year, but we ended up coming into what I think is going to be a great 2025. At the last quarter of this year, the rates started to come back down. Housing prices started to go back up. I mean, sales started to go back up. Things are looking good right now. But when you think about the holiday season, it's Christmas Day today. You think about the holiday season, each of you give us a piece of advice on what we should be doing over the holidays to set us up for the best year possible in 2025. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Yep.
I want to say spend time with your family because that's your why. And that's exactly what you should be doing over the holidays and embrace it. Put your phone down for Christmas Day. Like, I'm the worst for this. I'm probably saying this to like reiterate this to myself that like you're doing this for your family. You don't need to work on Christmas Day. However, I love to use the holidays to learn. I do. Everything's shut down. Business is shut down. No money's coming in or out. Trades are off. The other businesses are closed. I love to use this time to learn. So I've picked a subject that I'm going to learn about over the holidays coming into 2025. And that I'm going to study that from now until January. I love doing that over the holidays. It's quiet. Why not, right? Just sit down, books, online, whatever. I love that for the holidays.
Awesome. Sarah, what do you think? What's some practical advice you can give people to maximize the holiday period?
Well, I like to reflect. I like to carve out a bit of time and maybe your Christmas Day is too crazy, but it really depends. But over, the week of the holidays, to sit down and really think about what happened over the past year and where am I going and what am I doing this coming year? What do I want to be doing and how am I going to set myself up for success? And what I mean by that is what resources do I need? Do I need to do some learning like Jesse just talked about? Is it books? Is it podcasts? Do I need to consider joining a group or getting a mentor? But, how do I set myself up? And then I work on the plan. And then the plan gets me excited about what's coming so that by the time January 1st rolls around, I'm not starting to think about my New Year's resolution. I've got the plan and I'm ready to hit the road running because there's no time to waste.
Yeah, totally. How about you, Adam?
Well, if you've got some spare time off, hopefully you've got some time off over Christmas there. This is a great time to actually start looking at properties online. I mean, I know a lot of people are busy leading up to Christmas and the holidays. And so this is a perfect time if you're going to be home for a couple days. It's a great time for you and your spouse sit down and make a plan and start looking at some properties, looking at some areas and kind of getting the idea of what's sitting on the market right now, what areas are selling fast. There's lots of resources online. And yeah, take that time. That way you can hit 2025 running.
Yeah, my piece of advice to everybody, and this, I don't know if this advice is for people that are doing well or not doing well, but whatever state you're in your life right now, I know that you're dealing with stress. And I know that stress can be debilitating. I know that the stress might be related to financial troubles or a business issue or a relationship issue. Here's a realization I want you to make. And the people that are causing your stress are not going to be happy I said this. Nobody is working the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th. You're not going to hear from creditors. You're not going to hear from the bank. You're not going to hear from CRA. You're not going to hear from any of the boogeymen. Appreciate that time. Take that time to unwind. Don't do anything crazy. Don't go out and get hammered or go over the edge, but do something to cause yourself some peace. If that's have a good meal, then do it. If it's just being by yourself. I live an incredibly public life and I'm literally around people 20 hours a day and I have this huge public persona. What I'm going to do during those days is I'm literally going to disappear. I might not get out of bed one day. I might just grab a book and go hide somewhere. I'm going to be around my wife and my kids. My son's coming home from Scotland. But my advice to you around that time is to realize, in essence, the world is going to stop for a couple days. Take advantage of it. It's really what it comes down to. But let's talk about 2025, guys. The interest rate cuts are long overdue, but just at the time we recorded this video, we saw an interest rate cut today, another 50 basis points. That rate is expected to fall another point at least in the next year. People are buying houses again. Houses are moving on MLS. If you're thinking about 2025 and you want to make this the absolute best real estate year you've ever had, what are some of the things that you're thinking about right now, Jesse?
Oh, I go first all the time.
Yeah, it's all right.
I
Go
was
ahead.
waiting for these guys. This is awesome, by the way. I'm enjoying this conversation. Probably for me, I'm jumping into more lending. It's like the rates have gone down, which are awesome. I'm planning a massive refinance on a bunch of our properties. I'm doing some blanket mortgages. I'm going to look into more private lending because I'm really getting into that aspect of the business. And I'm just gearing up, like I was saying earlier with the studying, I'm gearing up for some larger development projects, which are going to require more money. So I'm going to dive deeper into that. That's what's happening for me.
All right. How about you, Sarah?
For me, it's about getting more units completed and online and bringing new happy tenants into homes. And I guess the backbone to that is buying and building assets. A few years ago, I set my intentions around buying assets and appreciating their value or their use and building assets, so businesses. So for me, it looks like continuing down sort of both of those paths and also helping people. Like I really enjoy the coaching work that we do.
Yeah.
I'm fundamentally a people person. I love that. And if there's more people who want or need support, I'm carving out time for that this year too.
Yeah, similar to Jesse, I think this is the perfect time now for all this developmental real estate. I know there's been a lot of major projects, especially here in Southern Ontario, a lot of housing developments that have kind of been on hold right now. And this is prime for this. I've even gotten calls from banks recently on some projects that I was looking at where now are customizing and creating products now to kind of help get those kind of spur that developmental real estate. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities there. The banks are getting competitive. They need you to be buying those mortgages and taking them out. So definitely look into that. And I mean, there's a lot of houses too that are sitting on the market. And eventually, people hit their pain point and they have to start offloading these things. So definitely you want to make sure that you're jumping on those opportunities as they come up.
Well, guys, I'm really excited because obviously we just found out in the last couple of days that our Hay Bay Resort is fully funded. So we've raised all the money for it and it's going to open this summer. So over the holidays, I'm actually putting together plans for what I'm going to do with our senior management team. We're going to take them up to Napanee the second week of January to plan out the entire launch of the resort. And then we're really going to put our heads down and get at it. I love everything about what's happening in the economy, and I'm glad it's happening this way because about a year after we open the resort, we're going to be refinancing into a major bank mortgage, hopefully at lower rates if the rates keep going the way they are. And I think the most important thing, the summary of all of this, the last thing I want to ask you guys about is if you think about where the four of us are in our real estate businesses, if you had a chance to start again in real estate, and you could do something different that would mean as a result of doing that different, you'd be bigger today, not physically bigger portfolio today, and you'd be farther down the track. What would that be? What's the big piece of advice, the audacious, huge piece of advice you can give to real estate investors right now?
Get a coach, get around people, get a coach doing what you want to do. I'm sorry, I have to go first on that because I would have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars and made more on top of that if I would have met you guys 3 or 4 years ago, or I guess 5 years ago. Get around people that are crushing it and doing exactly what you want to do. Learn from all of our mistakes, all the money that we've lost and the lessons that we've learned. Get around us to do it. That's my advice.
Adam?
I would say I would take more action faster. There's so much opportunity. I mean, even now, there's so much opportunity that are out there, and I see people sitting on the sidelines. I've done it too, where I've seen properties come up and they look like a good deal, and then a week later, someone else snatched it up for a perfect price, and you should have jumped on it. So definitely, if I would have started earlier, I would have taken more action, a little bit more risk, and I'd be way bigger than what I am today.
Sarah?
I guess my comments on the same line as Adam is take more action faster. But for me, it's looking at all the things that I didn't pursue quite fully enough, or I knew they were a good deal, I knew the numbers worked, but maybe I didn't know how to finance the project. And I took a few baby steps, or I talked to a couple people, but I didn't really like fully go for it. And I still drive around and those places haunt me a little bit. So yeah, they do every time. There's a whole bunch of them. And I guess I wish I had had the resources, had the knowledge to fully pursue some of those places at an earlier place in my career.
Thank you guys for that. Listen, everybody, we have a very, very special Christmas present for you that we want to give you right now. It's Christmas holidays. You've got some free time. I want you to click on the link below this in the show's notes. And I want you to join Sarah, Adam, Jesse, and I in a live presentation that we're doing. In this presentation, we're walking you through exactly how you can make an extra 100 grand in the next 12 months doing a house flip. We're going to walk you through every aspect of it, how to find undervalued properties, how to get other people's money to do these projects, how to renovate them, and how to sell them. And here's the audacious gift we're giving to you. We control a fund of millions of dollars of money, and we're going to lend you the money to do your first house flip. All you have to do is decide that you want 2025 to be different, and click on the link below this video and watch that presentation. It's a coaching community that the four of us run together. It's called the Earn Profits Flipping Community. We have hundreds and hundreds of people in this community. And every single person in this community, we promise them that we will lend them the money to do a flip, which means you'll make 100 grand in extra money for yourself this year without any money getting started. Well, that's not true. It costs a couple $100 to join our coaching community. But if you click on the link and watch our live presentation, you'll learn all the details and how easy it is to get started. The last thing we want to say to you and your family, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas.